Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we're gonna take a look at these cool new action figures from Order of the Cosmic Champions. What is Order of the Cosmic Champions? Well, my friends, these are merchandise that are tied into a brand new novel called Tommy and the Order of the Cosmic Champions. Tommy and the Order of the Cosmic Champions is a new novel by Anthony J. Rapino and Anthony D. Great. When life supplies 11-year-old Tommy Grant with some unfavorable circumstances intruding on his otherwise tranquil life in 1980s Ohio, he retreats into the spellbinding Order of the Cosmic Champions. When he discovers that the largely successful animated program and toy line is holding a nationwide create-a-character contest where applicants can submit their action figure designs, Tommy knows he has to enter. But when Tommy's character design fails to win the contest, he finds his world crumbling from all sides. What follows is a whirlwind coming-of-age adventure of righting wrongs, overcoming perilous obstacles, confronting our inner demons, and challenging the limits of reality. This new novel is very much inspired by growing up in the 1980s and some of our most favorite successful toy lines and cartoons, such as Masters of the Universe. And in order to help promote this novel, a whole wealth of media and merchandise was created to go right along with it. In fact, 80s celebrities such as Corey Feldman, Anthony Michael Hall, Joey Lawrence have all reviewed the book. Promotional materials include a Viewmaster with the characters from Order of the Cosmic Champions, a mini comic, and even a soundtrack that's housed on a USB disguised as a cassette tape. This original soundtrack even includes a brand new theme song written by the legendary Stan Bush. And let me tell you, the theme song is a banger. And to go right along with it, there's also exclusive action figures of Mechanigool and Fierce Phantos. So those action figures are what we're gonna focus on in this video today. Just because I think it's so cool, this whole immersive universe that was created for this book that's getting merchandise that ties into it, including the actual action figures that are a focal point of the story. I don't know, I just love the idea. I love the concept. Really fun stuff. So these action figures here, as the author told me directly, very much inspired by Masters of the Universe and his own experiences growing up with He-Man and company as a kid. And I think that's incredible. And you can definitely see that inspiration even in the packaging here with the shape of the card backs and kind of the spacey theme in the background there. So we're looking at Fierce Phantos, the Master of Illusion, and Mechanigool, monstrous mixture of science and technology. I love this. I love the names, and I even love like they've got like little titles underneath their names just like in Motu. When you flip it over to the backside, you can see the continued homage there as we've got a pseudo cross-cell. I say pseudo because it's not real. These are characters that exist within the story, but they don't have action figures for all of these. I guess at least not yet. But I love looking at some of these characters like Masculon, who's I believe the main warrior for good. We've got Mace Ace, Fierce Phantos, who's the figure we're looking at today, Defendra and Flip Grip. And then the warriors for evil down there, we have Skolagar, Master of Dark Sorcery. I love it. I Spy, the Master of Surveillance. Munchmouth, bites into anything. Creechar. I love Creechar. And then the, Violet? Oh, Violet is such a cool name. And even down below the cross-cell, we've got some artwork of the characters, similar to the artwork we'd see on the back of Vintage Motu. Fierce Phantos uses his holographic powers to fool the enemy, and Mechanigool is the destructive tool of Skolagar, whose sorcery controls his every move. So the packaging is cool, but we are going to open these guys up because I want to see how these hold up as action figures here. You can see that these are in the 5.5-inch scale. So if you are curious let me go ahead and bring in my vintage He-Man. I'll stand them alongside these guys. You can see that they do fit in height-wise. The builds are a little different, though they do have the bent knees, the bent arms, so it is still very similar to the overall style of Masters of the Universe, though they've got their own look too. They've got a bit more of a sci-fi look to them, and they are a bit thinner. They don't quite have the beef of He-Man there. These do feel really nice and solid. I will say they've got a bit of like that designer toy feel, but they do still feel like production. Like this feels like production plastic. So it's not like resin, they're not hand painted. These feel like totally factory produced figures. Articulation is limited on these guys. You really just have movement at the shoulders and the legs there at the hips. So there's no bends in the elbows or the knees, very similar to Masters of the Universe, but we also don't have waist turns there. I don't think the heads even turn. Yep, the heads are also locked in place. But I will say these are very cool looking characters. In fact, Mechanical over here almost has a bit of a New Adventure Skeletor vibe to him, you know, kind of with the wires, and I love his head there. He's got that skull face. He's got the purples and the blues. I mean, I don't know. I can't be the only one that sees that, right? But I think he's very, very cool looking. And his design is great too, because he's got like this blade over here for one of his hands. This is a bit more of a pliable plastic, but you can see pretty sturdy otherwise. The rest of the figure feels good and sturdy. Great designs on these guys. I gotta say, I really like the overall look of them. The dome over here on Phantos can be popped up so you can get a closer look at his head underneath. It doesn't really clip in place, it just kind of sits there, but I do love the way the wires are connected. The colors are bright and vibrant on this guy, and he's even got his cool little gun for his holographic trickery that he can do there, and he's got a gripping hand on the left. So honestly, these are really cool. There's obviously not a ton of posing or anything you can do for him, but man, as just being like merchandise that ties in with a book to help promote the book, these are very cool designs, and these are actually really nice toys that will make for a great display. So if you end up picking up this book and you love the book and you want some representation of the book on your shelves, or if you just want some cool looking new weirdos to add to your collection, these are pretty cool. And the price point on these is at $19.99, which is honestly a pretty great price point for a small run toy line like this. Lots of cool merchandise that is tied in with this book, and I would definitely recommend you check all of that out, including the action figures. There's also a soundtrack which has a theme song written for the book by legendary Stan Bush. It's a banger, it's amazing, and some of the music you've heard here in this video today. So if you're interested in this novel or these action figures, I would highly recommend you head on over to orderofcosmicchampions.com. I will link it in the video description so you can check these guys out for yourself. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video, and until next time.